Welcome to, oh, did it work? You guys see me? Yeah! I did it backwards, but it still counts. I'm Andy Signor, and I'm standing today because, guys, we just streamed for 3 hours watching the Disney investor call, and there was a lot of stuff revealed. I just posted 2 videos for you, along with the 3-hour stream, which is now members only. If you want to watch the whole Disney investor stream with us, go become a member. There were so many claims because so many Disney songs played that it was like, you can't have this video on YouTube. So go check it out. If you're a member, it's in the members community tab. But we posted the best of the Star Wars breakdown, the Marvel breakdown. Those 2 really were the best parts of the show. But that's why I'm standing tonight, to try and get not die here in my legs. But we got some awesome topics based off of that investor call. So if you missed it, we're going to break it all down for you. We're going to debate. Got some great fighters today. What's up, fellas?
What up?
Happy to have you guys here. We got 2 returning players, and we got a new player in the building. I am excited for this. Let's introduce who we have. Paul is back. What's up, Paul?
Hey, gone.
I'm good. Feeling good?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm ready to go.
All right, let's do it. Don't blow it, man. Next to him, he's like our reigning champ, I guess, Chris, right? Our reigning champ of Nerd Wars here.
Leading the standings.
Darth Daddy Lunga.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I mean, I would say some people thought it was a surprise. It's not a surprise. It's not a surprise, really. It's not. I know. I mean, I'm good. That's all I can say. But thank you, man. Thank you for handing me.
And in making his Nerd War debut, so happy to have Movie Death Blows. What's up, dude?
What's going on, guys? Glad to be here.
This will be fun to have you. We just lost Paul, but he'll come back. His internet's really choppy, Paul's. But Movie Death Blows.
It's Australia.
Good to see you. Good to have you. You have a channel. You're on Twitter. You got a good presence out there. You focus on movie deaths, yeah? Tell people about you if they don't know you.
I set up these accounts like 7 years ago. All of a sudden, I turned around one day, I had 130,000 followers and didn't know what to do with them. But I do a bunch of interviews. I do a lot of my own videos that stopped recently because I told Andy I had a son 3 weeks ago. So he's been taking up a lot of my time, just screaming his head off. But
congrats.
Thanks, guys. But ready to get back in the game.
Well, welcome to the stream. Good to have you. You'll be starting us off. Hopefully, Paul's going to come back. It's always nice. This is part of the problem with Paul being on the show is he just dips out during shows. But he was supposed to start us off. But let's before we get there, let's pivot what we're going to do today. Let me explain a couple of the exciting stuff you have in store. So our main event tonight. Who won? Star Wars or Marvel? We're going to get to that. Before that, 2 of you, me versus Lunga, will actually battle that headliner fight. Before that, we are going to do a topic that I've been seeing trending, and I had the initial reaction. They announced a new Lightyear series, a new Origin Buzz Lightyear movie, animated, but the voice of Buzz Lightyear is going to be Chris Evans. It's sort of apparently a space movie about the character before the toy, younger Lightyear, so they're using that as sort of an opportunity to put a new voice in, and Chris Evans is now announced as the voice of Buzz Lightyear. The question is that a diss to Tim Allen? Should we be upset or not? We're going to fight that out. Plus, you guys, the winners of each of those first 2 rounds, will go head-to-head in the final round, which Chris is going to be paying attention to your chats. If you got another question you have from the Disney Investor Day that you want to ask here, put them all in there. We got a few. We're going to put a poll in a little bit so you guys can vote on that final round. But before we put the poll up, Chris, oh, you already put it out there? Let's see if we can get a couple others added to it.
No, I made a mistake.
What should
Ignore
be the final?
poll, guys.
Oh, yeah, disregard that poll. You can see the kind of ones we already had, but we're going to put a new poll up. But if you guys have a question from Investor Day that you want us to fight, now's your chance. Throw them up now. Throw them out there. If you super chat it, it'll definitely make the cut. Otherwise, Chris will use his discretion of whether it's worthy to put to the list. But throw some topics in there now if you want them fought tonight. In the meanwhile, those are our first 2 fights. All right, so everyone know how this works. The way it works is we split up. It goes 1 versus 1. 10 minutes will be set on the clock. Whoever is not fighting will be judging. We will put an audience poll out to you to help us decide the vote as the best of 3, and that's how the show works. Winner of each round will go head-to-head in a blind fight that you guys have voted on. Movie Death Blows. Lunga, Paul, any questions before we begin this show?
Nope.
Sir? No, sir.
All right, I'm happy to do it. Thank you guys for the support over there. Good to see so many of you already back in the chat after having such a big stream. I love seeing all you guys. Send over your support during the round. It can be used to help make a judgment if you want to. All right, so let's get to this. Round 1. Paul, you're back. Good to see you. Hopefully your internet will stick this time.
Oh, no, sorry. I went offline because I had to get my
It was on purpose. Good, okay.
Package.
I thought his package. I see. That sounds dirty. All right, so
package.
We're going to start to tease, get to the big round in round 2. We're going to start with Movie Death Blows and Paul going head-to-head with, did Tim Allen get dissed? All right, so Lunga, if you want to throw off your video, you'll be listening. Yep. You and I will be judging this round along with you, the audience. 10 minutes are on the clock. Paul, let's have you start. But Paul, make sure, I'm going to interject if you go too long. Watch that clock. Make sure both you get to talk. Same thing to you. Movie Death Blow is your first fight. I will, if I see somebody leading the fight too much with their words, I will interject there to sort of say, all right, other person speak. So be mindful and respectful. But you got about 30 seconds each to start. Paul, you're going to start it, and then in about 30 seconds, let Movie Death Blows begin. You guys ready? Time on the clock starts now. Nerd War, go!
Yep, it's pretty simple. Tim Allen has been the voice of Buzz Lightyear for 25 years. The only time he didn't voice him was in that sub-series that was done off of Pixar. Pixar, Buzz Lightyear has been Tim Allen. He has been gypped from this role and replaced by someone that Disney finds more politically correct. This is the crux of the argument. He is conservative. He came out as a conservative, and then he does his show, which has got a lot of conservative talking points in it. Disney has removed him from this franchise to be more politically correct. That's the down and out of it. You don't replace a voice actor after 25 years who is Buzz Lightyear. He inhabits Buzz Lightyear. It's like replacing Woody, Tom Hanks's Woody. For a Woody for a Woody show, the origins of Woody in the West. Imagine if they replaced Tom Hanks. This is exactly the same insult. This is exactly as insulting as that it would be to Buzz Lightyear being replaced, Tim Allen being replaced as Buzz Lightyear.
I don't think it's insulting at all. I think they're doing this this is a young Buzz Lightyear. This is supposed to be a prequel, when he's in Star Command. I mean, when they did Solo, they did replace Harrison Ford with a younger version of him. This is what they're doing here. So, I mean, if the original Toy Story was 25 years ago, this is probably taking a little place before that. Maybe Buzz is 20 years old instead of 35 or 40. They're going to go with a younger, hotter commodity in Chris Evans. I don't see it as a slight to Tim at all. Even if he is a conservative, they just put him in Toy Story 4 a year ago. I don't really think it matters that much to them at this point. I just think they're going with something younger because it's a prequel series. I mean, you could still have a chance for Tim to come in. Maybe it's like a flashback scene where he's flashing back to Chris as, a young Buzz Lightyear. I don't know what they're going to do with it yet, but it's not a slight.
Problem is, the two arguments you made don't hold any water. The first one is Star Wars. They replaced Harrison Ford, and how well did Han Solo work out? It lost money, and it's politically not really acclaimed at all, and fans don't really love that story as much as Disney wants to paint out. The second thing is the argument about being a young. It doesn't hold water anyway, either way, and Andy will be back up on this. They tried to replace Julia from Chicken Little. Because they were trying to do a younger version of her character, and she proved that she could voice just the same. They did an audio side by side. I remember Andy's video on it actually, where he played a side by side video from her comparison, and she sounded exactly the same from the movie. This does not take away from the fact that Buzz Lightyear and Tim Allen are the same. They are the character. You take away the voice, the character is gone. To infinity and beyond. You want Chris Evans to say that, the iconic line of that Tim Allen says all the way through all those movies? It doesn't work. It goes back to the same argument. Tom Hanks, the same argument. If you replace him, there's a snake in my boot. All that stuff that Tom Hanks, all those iconic lines from Woody, and you do a Woody in the West, the origins of Woody as a character, which is what this Lightyear series is about, and you replace Tom Hanks with some other hack.
I don't think we know what the series is about at all yet. We're still getting an idea. This is the first announcement they have. That's a prequel and it's a young Buzz Lightyear. I don't see it as a slight.
Hold on, let him go. Let him go. Go ahead.
I don't see it as a slight to Tim in the slightest. It's not. It's honestly just going with a younger character at this point to show how this Buzz Lightyear we have became Buzz Lightyear. This could be 20 years before. We don't know what they're going to do with it yet. So I think Chris is a great actor to put in that role. I mean, this is Captain America. He's got that voice. We know he can do it. We've seen him do it. We've seen him give his motivational speeches. Hopefully we get to see him being part of Star Command and giving those kind of speeches.
All right, just to interject quickly before, they did say this is sort of the character that the toy is based on. They've always talked about it, but this is sort of the big budget origin movie of what Buzz Lightyear is. That's what we did get. Beyond just the disrespect, should we want to be able to see this movie? Let's get to it. Is this going to be good? Is this fair to Tim Allen? I want to sort of make sure it's a little broader, but go ahead. Back to you, Paul.
Oh, well, that's what the thing I was about to say is they have released the details of what the show is. It's based on the thing. And why would they take a voice and not base the character's voice on the same voice? It doesn't make sense. You're like, oh, I'm basing it on this character, so I'm going to get a different person to voice him. It doesn't make sense. They either reached out to Tim Allen, and he hasn't said anything on his socials about it, which tells me that
he was talking about child labor the other day. I doubt this is on his radar right now. So
yeah, but that's the thing. See, he says things that they don't like, and that's why he's been replaced.
Well,
it's so clear what's happening.
Labor.
Disney's going that way. Like. It's the same reason why they're padding Star Wars, Patty Jenkins. They're trying to get what's hot and hip, and they're trying to get it in to get more viewers in. This is all what it's about. Tim Allen is a conservative, which is a danger zone for Hollywood. We know that they do not like conservatives in Hollywood. This is a fact, and they're pushing out those people. They're pushing out as this character.
I lived in Hollywood as a conservative. There's really not that big of an issue unless you're really a dick about it. So, I mean, that's just the way it goes. I mean, I don't see...
Hold on, let him talk, Paul. Paul, let him talk. I lived in
Hollywood and worked in Hollywood for World Wrestling Entertainment, and I used to work for the United States House of Representatives. I know what I'm talking about when it comes to this kind of stuff. But they just put Tim in a movie a year ago. Like I said, I really don't think they had that big of an issue with him being a conservative and saying, oh, we're going to put you in a Buzz Lightyear, Disney Plus show now. I don't really think that's going to be a huge deal for them. I mean, it is a new streaming platform. I just think they're going with a younger voice introduced to a new audience. People know Chris Evans. He's the hotter commodity, and I think the movie's going to work. I think it's going to work well. I don't know like I said, they can do a flashback with Tim. They can do a flash forward saying, this is what I was like 20 years ago with Star Command and stuff like that. We got to wait and see, but I do think it's going to be a success. I think Chris is going to take it and run with it. And then, he's probably going to pay homage to Tim. It's, it's his role. I don't think, there's going to be any hate between the two of them, but I do see the movie working.
On the conservatives in Hollywood thing, it's not people who are conservatives living in Hollywood. It's the people who are the Hollywood elite, the Actors Guild, those people, the progressives. They don't like conservatives. They push conservatives out. He was in a movie a year ago. It was released a year ago. It doesn't mean that he was contractually obligated to be in that movie probably a year earlier, like 2 years earlier when they started the making of that Toy Story film. And then they were like, you know what? The contract's done. Time for you to go. On Chris Evans, he said, to be clear, on his social, this isn't Buzz Lightyear the toy. This is the origin story of the human Buzz Lightyear. So he's going to do his own take on it. No one wants that. When people watch Toy Story, they watch it for two characters, Buzz Lightyear and Woody, and they're both voiced iconically by Tim Allen and by Tom Hanks. When you take those two characters away, you're taking away from those two voice actors away. You're taking away from the characters. You're taking away from what they built in those characters over 4 movies. The things that people love, things that people cried over, about Buzz finding out what he is, about Woody finding out what. You take those characters away. It's like, again, I'll go back to the symbolism. It's like do the opposite and say you're okay with it. They do a Woody show, the origins of Woody the character, and they take Tom Hanks out of that role and they put somebody else in there. Anybody okay with that? Anyone at all? I don't think anyone was okay
in a different direction. These movies have been going on for 25 years. They're taking it a younger direction. Let's face it, Toy Story isn't marketed to people like you and me. They're marketed to younger audiences, kids. Kids know Chris Evans. Yes, it is. We're not going to be the first.
Don't keep over talking.
We're not going to be the first ones in line to see it, though. I'm not lining up for Toy Story 5. I mean, I'll watch it if it's on.
If you have kids, you're going to be in line to see it.
I do. He's 3 weeks old right now, but he's not going to see it.
Yeah, but if you have kids of age to go see it, you're going to be lining up to see this film because you want them to experience. And it goes straight into my line. Thank you for that. You want them to experience the joy of these characters that you had when you were a kid with Buzz Lightyear and Woody Allen, voiced by the actors that voiced them in those movies. You want them to experience the same joy as you and the continuation of the story. This
continuation means new blood. It means Chris Evans.
No, you're going prequel.
Yes, it does.
It's just retreading.
It's 25 years old now. We're going into the past now. We have to think about the new generation, the new audiences. I can be nostalgic for Tim and Tom, but they're not going to be around forever. We got to get new voices and younger voices.
No,
hold on. Just the last second, Paul, hold on. You don't win just by over talking the whole thing. The issue you said something. I want to make sure in your last moment you say it. This is not about Buzz Lightyear. Paul said it's about the toy or the human it was based on. So if it's a different character, does that change the argument? I want to hear from both of you to sort of explain that. Go ahead.
No, because if it's based on the toy is based on a real life person. So why did the toy have that voice? They took it from that real life person. This is like saying, oh, Arnold Schwarzenegger is the T-800 model. We're not going to have Arnold as the T-800 model voicing that character in the future because we want to change that.
if Buzz is the T800, then maybe the younger Buzz would be the T400 or something like that. We would have a younger, newer voice, and then he grew into the T800, which would be Buzz. You know, whatever it is now. There's no set. There's different toys. You're gonna have different voices. You could have a different version of Buzz, a different version of Woody. They might have a younger voice. We don't know that. Toys unfortunately can't talk in this universe.
You're retreading the argument that I made that you made earlier, which I debunked, which is the Chicken Little.
You didn't debunk it.
He can voice a young Buzz Lightyear. I did.
Why?
I debunked it because the Chicken Little, she did the same voice. They did not even give him the chance to voice the younger version.
How do you know? How do you know they didn't ask? And he said,
"There's nothing out there. They just casted this guy."
So you don't know. Again, there's nothing out there. You don't know. You're assuming. You're making an assumption, Paul.
Yeah, but you're making assumptions that they didn't reach out.
All making assumptions.
We don't know. Chicken or the egg? Time. The chicken or the egg. That was a you didn't ask. Well, yeah, but you didn't. He got you there. All right. Based off of those arguments, that was crazy. I didn't use the mute button. Was that you, Chris? I didn't do that.
Yes, that was me.
Just for clear, I call people out when I tell them to mute. But anyway, it was good. I just want to make sure I got even voices. I didn't want it to be a debate over. And as I was listening, I want to make sure Paul didn't get more words in. But well said. Good. I got thoughts. Lunga, based off you, let's hear what you thoughts. Let's put the poll out, Chris. You guys can vote.
Yeah. Who
gave the best argument? Not your own personal opinion, based on the debate. Who gave the best argument? Lunga, you can start. I got some thoughts, but you go first.
I mean, Paul started kind of strong with the political debate of it, which we've kind of seen this. It is a thing that's kind of going around. But he didn't stick with it, and he dropped that line pretty quickly, which kind of made it a no point after a little while. Other than that, I would really have liked to have seen Movie Death Blows use the fact that Patrick Warburton voiced Buzz Lightyear for 2 years and 65 episodes on a cartoon series, because we've had someone other than Tim Allen do it for 2 years and no one complained really back then. So I would like to have seen that to do it, but I just think it just felt like there was a more cohesive argument of it's not that big of a deal. When it coming from Movie Death Blows, the question was there a snub, and Paul's arguments didn't make it feel like there was a snub, more or less like why I like him better as his voice.
Yeah, I gotta agree. You made a point, the political stuff, but I thought he stuck to it too much, and then at the very end, Movie Death Blows, I thought gave the death blow because he's sort of like, well, do you have proof that they did it because he's conservative? And look, I know they do it, but they don't have proof of it right now. So for you to hold your whole argument on it and for him to put you against the fire and then you say, well, you don't know that they didn't, it was like then the debate is mute, because I think overall you said some problems, Paul. You automatically brought it into the debate because I forgot, but you said, well, yeah, he wasn't the voice of the cartoon, which was right away. I'm like, why are you bringing this up? And then at the end, you also said, well, he's not a human being. He's a human being. He's not Buzz. Because you were saying over and over again, I think your own words were tripping you up, the joy of seeing Buzz Lightyear. But you told us it's not about Buzz Lightyear. So, and I think Movie Death Blow's argument still works of, we don't know what this is. It's still early. All that stuff you sort of said, I think, brought that in. And I think there's more. I was trying to get you, Paul, like, why don't we want this movie, aside from it being disrespectful, whatever? And I just didn't hear it. So I got to go with Lunga. I got to pull and say Movie Death Blows got it based on the straw poll. Who won? Let's see what you guys voted for. Here it comes. Hold on. It's not. There are a few results. It's closer than I thought it would be. There we go. Closer, but yeah, there you go. We got 11-8. So Paul, you're close. 12. It's just barely in with Movie Death Blows. Either way, you might pull a tie. Either way, best of 3 there. I think we got to give that to Movie Death Blows. Moving on to round 2. But Paul, you're not a loser here. You've already won one of these. Didn't you win an episode of this? You're already on the rankings, so congratulations. You're still not going anywhere. You will help judge me and Lunga. Thankfully, both Lunga and I both disagreed on you, so hopefully there's no bias toward who you pick between who goes next. But bravo, good fight. I wanted to hear that one, so I'm glad we got to do that. All right, so moving on to round 2. It's now the main event. Let me put this on the clock. We got 10 minutes on the clock. Oh, don't start it yet. Reset it. And I have a new topic.
And the final topic poll. Quick. I just put it out.
Oh, so did you get any others, or we have whatever? So there's
okay. I just put
okay, so there's some poll choices in the one that just did. Did you put it out there just now? I'll pin it.
Yeah.
That way you guys can go vote for the next round. What should the next one be? I'm going to pin it right now. It'll be pinned by me. There you guys go. Go vote on Chris's final thought there, final poll there, so you can decide what the last round will be. All right, here we go. Let's get into this final round. I'm going to put it up there. Movie Death Blows. If you
Actually,
can
no,
turn.
ignore that poll. I got the wrong. You still had Tim Allen in those things. So
Okay,
still need
unpin?
one more. So
You
yeah,
gonna do another
unpin.
one? Okay. Well, he'll put another one. Movie Death Blows. Can you turn off your video just for a second? There we go. Turn off the video. That way it's just me,
Gotcha.
Lunga. You'll hear me. You'll hear us. We'll hear you at the end. But here we go. Clock starts. Lunga, would you like to start? Go for it. You start. Time starts now.
Sure. You know what? I always give people the other time to start. I'll start this time. Sure thing. Star Wars definitely won this event, Andy. They won it hands down. And I'll tell you why. I know people love Marvel, and I know MCU is a big, huge property. We understand that. But so is Star Wars. Star Wars is an IP that's iconic, and people have known it across the galaxy, if you will. It's just as big, if not bigger, than Marvel. Now, the reason why they beat them is because Marvel didn't really give us anything new, if you want to be honest with you. They told us WandaVision. They told us Loki. They told us Falcon and Winter Soldier. They told us Black Widow. They told us Shang-Chi. We knew of all these things. There was no surprises. There was nothing new except some stuff near the end, which no one really kind of cared about like Ironheart and some stuff like that. There was really nothing new. Yes, the Star Wars one, we got a bunch of new things we did not know about. And the biggest of all that was win everything, Patty Jenkins is directing a Star Wars movie. What more can we got to find out who the director is of the next new major Star Wars movie, which is Taika Waititi, which I predicted. We are getting so much more out of the Star Wars than we got from MCU as far as this event goes.
Well, look, here's how I'm defining who won, and we talked about this before. Who's going to bring in more subscribers? All right, I want to start there because I think that's important for this debate, at least for me. Who's going to bring in more subscribers? At the end of the day, I think Marvel showed more content that was cinematic, and I think guarantees to bring out people outside the typical. Fantastic Four, that's a property people know. It's a property you can come jump in. Captain America and Winter Soldier and
Falcon and Winter Soldier. Know your IPs.
Falcon and Winter. I always mix that one up, even though I'm a fan. That looks like a really fun spy thriller. Loki surprised the hell out of me. That trailer is now tracking higher than anything else out there right now. I think everyone's surprised, regardless of what you know about Marvel. That looks like that's going to be a really fun Quantum Leap-esque show. It's like, I feel like Marvel, what they did, aside from sort of proving to us, no, these shows are movies. This is going to be epic. My problem with what Star Wars did, it was a lot of characters we've seen before. It was a lot of stuff that like, okay, all right, cool. Like, all right, interesting. Look, Patty Jenkins excites me. I don't know enough yet what that is to be right out the gate to be like, oh yeah. Plus, that's not going to help Disney Plus and the investors and everything. It's a movie. It's for a long time in the way.
Right.
The problem I have is like it's Marvel solidified the things we were expecting, and then like you even said, they dropped some stuff at the end that I think blew fans' minds. It just looked like a more organized presentation.
No, nobody was blown away by Ironheart, Armor Wars, Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special. Really, that's what blew people away, was the Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special. No, sir. Not
so you're telling me that come on, Cassian Andor. I don't think fans only.
No.
Diehard
You
Star
want
Wars
to
fans cared.
You brought up spy thriller. They completely changed the game with how they describe Andor. By the way, it's Andor, not Cassian. Andor is the name of the show.
Really easy to remember.
It is a spy thriller. It is
based off of that character from Rogue One that everyone loved. Yeah,
right. Yeah. And every character in the Disney Plus series we've seen before. We've seen Loki. Nobody needed Loki. Why do we need Loki? Why? Because Tom Hiddleston fans, maybe like you, stands, they need to see Tom Hiddleston's Loki, even though he's dead. He shouldn't be around. But let's bring him back anyway. So they brought back Loki. They're bringing back Winter. These are all just tie-ins to the movies. They're trying. There's nothing new there. You know why the Loki trailer is tracking? Because there were no Star Wars trailers. You know why, Andy? Because everybody knows what's coming.
You know why, actually, Lunga? You know why? My second point. You know why? My second point. Who gave the presentation, Lunga?
Feige said it all.
Who gave the presentation for Star Wars? Kathleen Kennedy. Kathleen Kennedy's so excited for all these shows. I cannot wait to see what Kathleen Kennedy brings to the Star Wars universe with all of the shows they have, like Acolyte. That about the female spy.
Acolyte is the thing I'm
that's
going to be excited about is Acolyte.
I can't wait for Acolyte from the creator of Russian Doll. Bring that on. Oh, yay.
No.
Woo-woo. Oh, wait. Lunga, they brought back Lando. I was so excited. Or how about the Droid Show? And Visions. Yay! These sound so fun.
Right.
You bring in Patty Jenkins, and she's just making a rogue scout. We're seeing more spaceships flying around. Now you can, but I was just finishing my start. But now you can.
Here's the thing. what you're trying to do now is appealing to the Kathleen Kennedy haters. They're just going to hate anything she does to try to win because you know I'm beating you and your back is against the ropes. Here's the thing. First of all, you're wrong. It's not the spy thriller is Cassian Andor. The High Republic one with Leslie Headland, Acolyte, is not. It is based during the High Republic, and we're following Sith, and we're following a very mysterious thread that's going on. It's very exciting as far as Star Wars fans go. And it's one of the most, other than Leslie Headland being in the lead, which people are kind of iffy about, the show itself sounds freaking spectacular.
To
and we're getting
you,
Patty
you
Jenkins,
are Darth
Patty
Daddy
Jenkins
Lunga.
for
I
Rogue
don't
One,
care.
dude.
I don't
Did
care
you
about
see
all
the
this
trailer?
specific deep
This
cuts.
woman was talking about her father, was talking about how he was in the Air Force, comes out in this trailer,
Wasn't even in the
jacket,
presentation.
Puts on the flight suit, the helmet, and walks towards an X-Wing. What Patty Jenkins brought to Wonder Woman, she's going to bring to Star Wars. This is the stuff. And we got Taika Waititi, who knocked it out of the park in his episodes of The Mandalorian, directing the next major Star Wars movie. We have Obi-Wan Kenobi. We find out Hayden Christensen is coming back as Darth Vader in the Obi-Wan Kenobi. If you're a Star Wars fan, what else? It could be better than that. You have Hayden Christensen coming back.
That's not exciting. Hayden Christensen
that
could
Feige
ruin
said
Darth
we
Vader
knew.
again.
We knew
That
already.
could be very
No.
dangerous.
That's not
to
the-
suddenly
that's not the
add.
question.
Whoa! But you're
Who's gonna
telling
bring
me you're dropping all
subscribers?
these things like they're big. And the problem
They
I
are.
have is the Darth Vader thing makes me nervous. That doesn't guarantee anything. Kathleen Kennedy is involved in that show with Deborah Chow.
Well, Andy,
She's
are
messed
you
up.
already
I'm
subscribed
not
to
using it
Disney
as a
Plus?
snipe. I'm not using it as a sniper. But she's involved in that show, and it makes me nervous. I don't know what that means. 10
Great
years
thing.
previously, what
You're
did they
asking
still do?
What's going to bring subscribers?
Didn't they deal
Hayden
that?
Christensen will
No,
bring
what's going to bring subscribers is
Even
Fantastic
Fandom Menace
Four
channels
and Secret
are-
Wars. Are you crazy?
Fandom Menace
Are you
channels
crazy?
praising
Dude.
that Hayden Christensen is coming back.
Samuel L. Jackson isn't starring in Mace Windu. No, he's coming over to Marvel to do Nick Fury in Secret
Well, 'cause Mace
Invasion.
Windu's
Oh, and you're
dead,
telling
Andy.
me no one's excited, dude. I don't
Mace
even.
Windu's
I don't.
dead,
I'm
Andy.
not a super huge nerd, but Secret Invasion's like one of the craziest, biggest epic comic threads in the world, and they're doing
Well,
it as a
yeah, so
series.
was Infinity War,
They're doing
Andy.
it as a
What's your
series,
point?
but they're not
What's your
saving
point?
that for Phase 4's
The
finale.
question
Marvel
isn't-
just dropped.
isn't-
I'm trying to get it out, but you won't let me talk. Marvel
ahead.
just dropped that their own series are cinematic masterpieces that are ready to happen.
You want
They're
those
making
cinematic masterpieces?
endgame moments every minute.
Stagecraft, Andy. Stagecraft. That is what all the Star Wars stuff is being filmed in, which is causing the
Dude,
Mandalorian has
they
done
built
is
4
the
more
most
because
spectacular.
Marvel's using them now
No,
too.
they're
That is
building 4
bullshit.
more
The
because
volume is
Marvel
happening
needs
for
Star Wars technology
Marvel
to
is
be
a
good
Disney.
on TV.
That is a
That's
Disney
why, Andy.
technology. That is not a
That's
Star
why.
Wars technology.
It is
That
Lucasfilm.
That is a
it is
Disney
Lucasfilm.
technology.
It's not Disney. It's Lucasfilm technology.
Dude,
Nice try, Andy.
She-Hulk sounds fun. I didn't think I would be into
No,
it.
it doesn't.
Hawkeye
You didn't get
sounds
nothing. He was like,
fun.
oh, we're getting She-Hulk. And then they
Moon
moved on.
Knight
Oh, we're getting
said
this. And then they moved
Indiana
on.
Jones.
And told us
I would
nothing.
much rather watch Moon Knight than I would watch Harrison
Andy.
Ford coming back,
Andy,
which they
the
brought out to
bottom
try and
line
get
is,
you excited. Not
What
excited.
Feige told us was mostly cinematic, is not going to bring people to Disney
Dude,
Plus.
they
The stuff
dropped
we're getting
trailers
on Disney
that look
Plus
fantastic.
Is more for Star
No,
Wars, and that's
what
gonna bring
they said was
subscribers in.
no, that's the problem. It's going to get so deep in Star Wars lore with Mandalorian spin-off characters that nobody even knows who they are. People are going to lose
Ahsoka
track.
is the most
People
popular,
are
one of
going to
the most
lose
popular characters
track.
in all of Star Wars right now. People cheer.
They're
when they heard about
going
Ahsoka. They've
too
been waiting
deep
for this.
They're going down too deep to lore that you have to watch 100 other shows to watch. And I know you like that, and I know a lot of you people are Star Wars fans, but step back. Marvel's
Star
a little
Wars
bit more
does, no.
commercially accessible. Yes, you have to watch these shows,
Right.
but it's not the
If
same.
you're
I don't
going
gotta
to the
watch.
movie theater,
I don't
Andy,
gotta
we're
go
talking about
watch
Disney Plus,
hours
Andy,
of
not
Clone
talking about the
Wars
movies.
to
We're talking about
understand
Disney
who the
Plus.
Rangers of the New Republic and Osaka are. I don't need to know all that. Like
We're
that's the
talking about
problem.
Disney Plus, Andy. We're talking about
Lando?
Disney Plus, Andy.
We had 10
All that
pieces,
stuff.
and Lando
Listen,
is one of them.
all that
Minute
stuff that you
45.
mentioned, all that stuff that you mentioned are limited series to tie into the movies. That's it. They're not going to grow the Disney Plus subscribers.
Yes,
It's
they
the
are.
Star Wars stuff. Hayden Christensen alone will bring in millions of subscribers.
Nobody cares about him
Guaranteed.
anymore, dude.
Nobody cares.
Nobody
about it.
cares
Ask
about
Star
that.
Wars fans. Ask
yes,
any Star Wars fans
this
they care
isn't
about
for
it.
Star Wars fans. This is for everybody. Thank you for saying it. This is
No.
for Star Wars fans. You are a Star Wars
It is
fan.
going to
Ask
bring.
a non-Star
you know how many
Wars
Star Wars fans there are?
which
Do you
ones they'd
realize
rather
how
get more
many
excited
Star Wars
about.
fans there are?
Not
The
a lot.
general audience-
Not a lot.
the
They're not
general
happy
audience
with
is
Star
not
Wars.
subscribing to Disney Plus because
Dude, people
I
are
get to find out
dying
what
for more
Loki's
Marvel.
doing.
Loki
Those are
has
MCU
Tom
fans that do
Hiddleston,
that,
and it
Andy.
looks like a fun standalone piece. It doesn't
Stop
matter.
it. Stop
You can
it.
drop into
General
this and know,
audiences
oh,
are not
he's
gonna
beaming through
subscribe
time.
because of a Loki TV series. Okay, that's not what they're
Bullshit.
subscribing for.
Tom Hiddleston dated Taylor Swift, who probably has more fans than
Oh,
Star Wars
Taylor
fans.
Swift.
So
Yeah,
give
let's
me.
go
Oh,
through
no
your
one
playlist
knows about
again.
Loki. Loki's got Loki stands
tell you
through
why.
the roof more than
Star Wars
Cassian
transcends-
Andor does.
Star
You're
Wars
whoa.
transcends
You're telling
all
me
of fandoms way more than MCU ever has. It has transcended time and space, and people come from all over.
Hayden
Fans,
Christensen
people who are
ruined
not
Darth Vader.
fans of sci-fi.
He
love
ruined Darth
Star
Vader.
Wars.
He's gonna do it again because Kathleen Kennedy's
Everybody
on
knows
charge
Star
of that.
Wars. Here,
They should have
go
pulled
do a
her.
poll.
She shouldn't
Go
have
do a
been there.
poll. Ask
Favreau
people,
should have done that
you know
whole
who Loki
presentation,
is?
and you
20
know
seconds.
You know who Darth Vader is. They
Dude,
would say they know Darth
Filoni
Vader.
and Favreau should have done that presentation, and they didn't. That makes me nervous. They had to bring out Willow. They had to bring out Willow. Oh, remember Willow? Well, we got that too because we still can't figure out Star Wars.
What did that do with Star Wars?
Donald
What does that
Glover
do
was
with
good
Star
as
Wars?
Lando,
Now
so
he's
we got
reaching,
that in
guys.
the works.
Guys,
Time.
guys. Now he's reaching.
Was I too loud? Sorry.
Yeah, you were a little loud there. You were losing it a little
The
bit.
house
You were
came in. They're
losing
like,
it a
all right,
little
sorry. That was we was getting you were because you were yelling. I got yelling. That was fun. All right, movie death blows. You get to come in and you get to now give us the first verdict. Chris, I guess you should too because we need another person, and then we'll have the chat vote as well. But go
having
ahead.
a poll. Oh,
Movie
no,
death
there's
blows.
Paul.
Based on the arguments, who won? Oh yeah, Paul's there. We go. Paul, now you can chime in. But based on the arguments, what did you guys think? Movie death blows. You start us.
Gotcha. Well, I got my hearing back now after the shouting stuff, so that's always a plus.
Yeah, see, Paul, I do it too. We all over talk and scream. Go ahead.
I think Star Wars had the overall better overall night than Marvel, but I agree with Andy on this argument. Marvel is a more commercially acceptable product. It brings in more outside viewers than Star Wars does. It's just something that's more welcoming in my view. Now, I do agree that they did steal Favreau. That Star Wars did steal Favreau from Marvel, but he was also kind of flailing in the winds at Marvel when we saw Iron Man 2, and he's been much better as Happy since he's been in the director's chair. But in this argument, I do think Andy won, even though I do believe Star Wars had the better night tonight.
Mandalorian has drawn in a lot of subscribers. Are you serious? Mandalorian
Paul,
has drawn a lot of subscribers.
Paul, based on the arguments, where do you stand?
Yeah, I would have gone the same way, except you made the argument, Andy, in your rant. You made the argument that no one can connect with Star Wars, but then you said Marvel does it as well, and they do it as well. They're trying to connect their movie universe and their TV universe together, and they did it with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. as well. And no one, it's like, oh, you have to watch all these separate things to get the movies. And it's like, yeah, well, you have to watch every movie to get the movie. And we're talking about the Disney Plus streaming service. I think Lunga made
Chris,
a better argument.
did you
for
put the
Star
poll out,
Wars.
Chris? Because I got to go there right now. I don't see the third
Yeah, I
round
put
poll.
it out a while ago and people weren't voting, and now
No,
they're-
for
I
this
put it out
round.
again,
Who
now
won
they're
this
voting.
round?
Yeah, it's out.
I don't see it.
Yeah, it just went out there. I saw it.
Oh, okay.
Here.
Who won? Okay,
There
there
it
it is. Sorry.
is.
Okay, got it. Sorry, Paul, continue. I just want to make sure I had this one. Paul, continue.
I was just saying, I think that Lunga won based on the arguments that he made regarding Patty Jenkins, Taika Waititi. There's a lot more bigger names in Star Wars at the moment, directors and writers in Star Wars than there is in the Marvel TV universe. We don't like they didn't even bother announcing a lot of these directors of these shows. That's how much they were promoting him. Whereas they were like Patty Jenkins front and center, Taika Waititi front and center. Like they were showing all the directors of these of the new Star Wars stuff because they're hype beasting it.
Again, I don't
because-
understand. You got to focus on the arguments. No one said that, so just be careful of adding things that aren't said between Lunga, because Lunga didn't bring up that directors were mentioned. They weren't. He just said Patty Jenkins. But based on everything else you said, you got you.
No,
I
he did. He
gave-
said Patty Jenkins, Taika Waititi.
He mentioned
was talking
Taika.
about
Yeah,
the
but he didn't
was
mention
talking
that the
about
Marvel.
directors.
They did mention Marvel directors. John, what's his name is doing fantastic. But that's what he didn't bring that up. Is all I'm saying.
People,
Anyway,
people
John
who are
Watts,
there.
Peyton Reed's doing Ant-Man. They did actually announce a lot of those. But anyway, the Bad Boys for Life guys are doing Miss Marvel. They did drop a lot of the directors. But based on that, fine. It was a tie. We got to go to the voting poll, and it's close. It is close. Chris, do you have a vote or say before we deal in on this? It's
That was
basically
a
like
tough
up by one vote.
argument, but I mean,
I really thought I was
going
gonna
to
lose.
So, no,
We're tied.
I think that
Showdown.
Good fight, Lunga.
Lunga backed you into a corner towards the end there.
I mean, when he was yelling
When
frantically
he,
because he lost.
you
You were yelling too. I mean, I
I
yelled.
had to get over
I
you.
mean, and that's the thing. Like you were yelling at Paul in the last round to let Movie Death Blows talk,
Yeah.
and you were screaming over Lunga. I would give it to Lunga in in this, just because I definitely seemed like he backed you into a corner.
Well, no, I don't care if I lose, but tell me what was the example of the backing into the corner? Because he said what?
I'm focusing on so many other things.
So you weren't watching. So then don't make a vote and just make
I'm
shit
ahead,
up.
25 to 22. I'm ahead,
Stop
25
the
to
polls.
22.
Chris, don't make a vote if you don't. Then say
I
the
didn't
polls.
vote, did I?
Oh, well, he backed you in a corner because I didn't watch, so I'm just going to say he did.
Well, no. I mean,
what you just said out loud.
obviously
All right.
I get what he is saying.
I just want to know what the reason is for the audience.
Yeah,
Well, it doesn't
you
matter.
started
It
reaching.
doesn't.
There we
Yeah,
go.
you start
Thank
going
you.
for Willow, dude.
It doesn't matter.
Which is in Star Wars.
Lunga is
That's
just
how it
barely
is.
winning. There we go. I was just making sure polls. It is. Damn, that was a good fight, though. That was close.
That was a
But
really
bravo,
good fight.
Lunga. You took the poll.
Thank you, sir.
Bravo. I knew
Lunga
it.
bringing up, I will say, Lunga, describing Andor really makes me want to watch it.
Yeah.
Really? I still
It
don't-
got me
still don't
excited.
care.
I didn't
Yeah.
care about
Still
Andor
don't care.
before.
It
I
came
still
I
don't-
heard this. I'm like,
still don't
this
care.
looks good.
They said from the guy who did the Born Identity, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tony
So
at
that
Collins.
excites me.
Look at that. It's insane.
Holy
Oh,
crap, that's close.
It's so close. It keeps going back. Anyway, I'll
So
concede.
close.
I'll give it to Lunga since Chris decided to vote without actually paying attention. That annoys me more.
I'm running a
I'll just
chat
vote
here,
without.
running
Then
polls.
don't vote. Don't vote unless you're
Then don't
educated on the
ask.
topic. We'll say I wasn't paying attention, Andy, so I'm not going to
You
vote.
know I wasn't paying attention.
How do I know what you're doing?
Because you know I'm doing everything in the chat and shit for you.
All right,
And
got it.
making
So that
polls
I will
and
never
crap.
ask you again to vote and the judge. Noted. Okay. All right, so that means Lunga and Movie Death Blows will go head to head on our final round, which we asked you guys to vote. I hope we voted for something.
Yeah.
Man, there's a lot of stuff here.
It's overwhelming for something.
Okay, here
What
we
is it?
go.
You know, why does everybody that I go up against always have an excuse?
Okay, there's
Now,
four
Jimmy,
options.
That
I
was
was
a
like-
hard debate to
There
win,
are-
Andy.
there are
Can I
three.
ever get a clean win with people
That
just
was
saying,
not
yeah,
a
you
hard.
won? It's
that
always
was,
got to
dude,
be.
Dude,
It's a
I
hard
told
debate to
everyone
win.
before that fight that I knew I was going to lose because Darth Vader's coming back. Of course, I had to sort of go aggressive. That's how I got a 50-50 because I did what
Yeah.
Paul did too, which is you got to just get aggressive and talk. It's just, but that's a tactic, and it works sometimes.
When
but
you're
anyway,
not muted.
well, I didn't mute you. I know I don't mute. I say it out loud. And what
He
was I
doesn't
going to
mute.
say?
He censors.
And
I
Lunga's
muted because you
Lunga's
said
loud
it
enough.
and
I
you
knew
weren't shutting up.
Lunga was loud enough that I knew Lunga could just overtalk too, and that's what happened. But all right, we have a clear winner here. So bigger reveal: Hayden Christensen, Secret Invasion, Fantastic Four, Star Wars Rangers. Each of you have to pick one. So what was the biggest reveal at Disney Plus?
Or if there's
Investor.
another one.
Yeah,
That
and
think,
you can pick
I
anything.
mean, yeah.
You got
I
5
just-
seconds.
there's so
Secret
many.
Wars.
So, whoa, keep it to yourself.
I saw it coming.
Keep it to
I saw it
yourself.
coming.
Biggest reveal. What was the biggest thing out of the whole event that's like, damn, Disney? I'm going to give you each 5 seconds, and I'm going to ask you both to say it at the same time. If you pick the same thing, whoever said it first will get it, and then you'll go to something
would
else.
say-
You guys have a
I would say
selection
hate.
privately? Shh. Shh. Kulunga. Movie Death Those, you have yours?
Yep.
Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1. Say it loud.
Secret Invasion.
Chicken Invasion versus Hayden Christensen. Yeah.
Oh, so you picked Hayden Christensen, Darth?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So we're good. You didn't pick the same thing. That's all. I was making sure if so. If
Are
you
we?
picked
We're just
something-
having a micro vote, a micro argument of the last argument.
Yeah, which is well, no, and now it's more like, well, which one's actually better, Hayden Christensen or
Yeah,
Secret
yeah.
Invasion? Which is actually going to be the bigger draw for Disney Plus, etc. All right, you guys. So drop out Paul for me. Thank you, Paul. And here we go. Time will be on the clock. 10 minutes. Where I lost the timer. Here it
I
is.
don't see it. Yeah.
I will concede first to you, Movie Death Flows. You can
Hold
go
on.
first.
Oh, thanks. Don't crush me too bad. I appreciate it.
No.
10 minutes on the clock.
I'll be gentle. I'll be gentle.
Here we go. Time starts now. Oh, wait, hold on. We got a chat. Thank you, Zachary. Haven't watched or seen you in 3 or 4 years. Glad I found you again. You're doing well. I subscribed and will be watching. Thank you, Zach. Good to find you. I appreciate you. You're one of the first donators tonight, so thank you for that. I appreciate you. Did I miss one out? It looks like I did miss another one. Sorry, guys. I'll get to it at the end of this round. There were a couple. Stop Yelling from Michael Caratuo. And was there one more? That was it. I see a second one. Stop Yelling, and I think Lunga and Andy should make out after this. Thank you, James. Lunga, we'll have to make out after this.
Oh, Andy, you can't handle my makeout.
Oh, jeez. I can imagine. All right, here we go. Thank you for the chats. Keep them coming. And thank you, Absent Good. I saw you voting for me, but it is what it is. I'm happy to fight. Playing start now. Go.
I think Secret Invasion was the biggest reveal just because I think we had an idea that there would be a Hayden Christensen mention when they were talking about the Obi-Wan series. And I know at some point we were going to get a Fantastic Four movie just because of the acquisition of 20th Century Fox and the stuff that came along with that. Secret Invasion opens up a lot of doors because you have all these other characters that are going to be in there. Are you going to see the Inhumans? Are you going to see the X-Men? Are you going to see Professor X? Because they're big characters in the Secret Invasion plot line. And you can take this anywhere when you do it with the Skrulls because they can be anybody. So it's like, how many new characters are we going to see introduced in this movie? We know the Fantastic Four are going to have to be involved at some point. Is it going to blow the doors off everybody like, that Civil War did? Or is it going to be too bogged down with too much character death like the way some people think Spider-Man 3 is going to be? I don't know yet, but I think this has the possibility to be the biggest cinematic event, probably bigger than Avengers, Endgame, or Infinity War if they do it the right way with the characters they have involved.
This is why I disagree, and I'll tell you. I'm feeling that you are a Marvel stan, and you really enjoy Marvel, which shows. I'm a Star Wars stan, and it shows it as well. Now I do like comic books and Marvel. Here's the thing: no one except Marvel stans know what the hell Secret Wars is. Just put that right out there. No one except Marvel fans.
Come on, man.
No. No one except it's a deep cut. That is a deep cut. Okay. No one knows Secret. A lot of people knew Infinity War more. People know the Phoenix Saga, but Secret Invasion is it's a deep cut. Not a lot of people know it. And to be honest with you, I kind of saw it coming. It was apparent. Now, as far as the hate thing, you said it was apparent. No, it wasn't. The way that Kathleen Kennedy and Disney have mismanaged Star Wars, the fact that they did not have him as a voice, other than a voice, they didn't show him appearing or have him have a bigger role in the sequel trilogy is somehow, some way. Everything that has gone on with Star Wars, the fact that they are bringing back Hayden Christensen to reprise his role as Anakin Skywalker / Darth Vader is freaking huge. Darth Vader is the center of the Star Wars universe, and not just the Star Wars universe. People see Darth Vader. Everybody knows who Darth Vader is. It doesn't matter who you are. You see Darth Vader, just about anyone knows who Darth Vader is. Tell people Secret Invasion, huh? No one knows that.
I think Hayden got a raw deal the first time around, and I hope he improves it on the second go around, and I hope people come to respect what he did in the prequels, even though they're not as beloved as the original series is. I just don't. I mean, the reveal was good, but I kind of saw it coming because we know. I agree with you how badly Kathleen Kennedy and Lucasfilm has mismanaged the Star Wars sequel series. They should have had him in it. I agree, but I don't know how well he can do in a series that's based on Obi-Wan.
Never agree.
I don't know how often we're going to see. Like, if he's behind the mask the whole time, or is he going to take it off? Are we going to see him in this little tube in the water with the scuba gear on and stuff? I don't know how that's going to work. Is he going to be just returning for one episode, or is he going to be one of the main characters? I don't know what they're going to do with it yet. I really, really wish the best for Hayden. I hope he takes this and runs with it, but I don't know if he can.
What I heard? You know what I heard there? You're more excited about seeing him coming back than Secret Invasion. That's what I heard there. It is a bigger draw. That's what people are more. That is a huge reveal because no one, with the way things are going, no one's expected. Even if those rumors, no one expected they were actually going to do it. They're like, nah, there's no way. There's not going to do it. There's not going to do it. People other than deep cut Marvel fans were not going. Are they going to do Secret Wars? Are they going to do Secret Wars? Are they going to do Secret? No one said that. People were looking, what are they going to do next? Most people were like, I don't know. It's Marvel. We'll see. It's cookie cutter. We'll see what they come up with next. It'll be fun. It'll be fun to watch, isn't that? But the reveal of Secret Wars wasn't that big of a deal.
Well, because they don't have the footage on it yet. It wasn't like, the Marvel had the bigger show because of all the footage they had at the end. I think the Star Wars ones were, Star Wars won the day, but they didn't have as much footage to show. But I think if Marvel had, if they're just getting involved in Secret Invasion yet, it hasn't started yet. They haven't gotten the process. They haven't gotten the characters yet. But when they do, it's going to blow people's mind to see how deep the depth chart is of the characters they're going to have in these movies. If you can get the Inhumans and you can get Black Bolt right, you can get the X-Men involved in here with them.
That's another thing. They completely screwed those up. No one cares about the Inhumans, dude.
They didn't screw it up.
The Inhumans. No one cares about the Inhumans. No one cares.
I love Black Bolt.
No one cared about it in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. People, they didn't care. They just want to watch something fun. Okay, show me some explosions, show me some blow-ups, show me some heroes doing hero poses and dropping from the sky, and they'll be excited. But as far as Secret, that's not a big deal. Now, if you want what's a big deal that came out of Marvel, the fact that they're not recasting Chadwick Boseman, that's a bigger deal than Secret Invasion. If you want to talk about other things, the Christian Bale being in Thor, that's a big deal.
We already knew he was going to be in Thor. We just didn't know who he was playing. Again, that's the only thing.
But in the Marvel announcement alone, you had 2 or 3 things that were already bigger than Secret Invasion. Hayden Christensen, him coming back is just, it's immense. It's not just for Star Wars fan. People know it. And you ask anyone, Darth Vader, Anakin Skywalker, they know who this is. They know, and they're
I'm
like,
a huge
he's
Star Wars
coming
fan.
back. People will be like, ah! That's all.
I don't
you
think
have
a
to be
lot of
huge
people
Star
would
Wars
be
fan.
like that.
Oh,
In my heart of hearts, I feel for Hayden. I hope he does so well with this, but I just don't know how well it can succeed with him behind a mask and not being able to use his voice.
Well,
I mean, James Earl
He'll
Jones
get
is more
there,
Vader
but that
than
isn't
Hayden.
the question now.
James Earl Jones is more Vader than Hayden Christensen.
hold on a
If he's going to be in the suit, you're not going to see him that much. He's
Didn't
just
you
going to
just
be
say
walking
you
around
thought
like
he was a
zombie.
good actor and you
He
hope
is.
he gets redemption?
He is,
and
but
now,
I don't
now you're
know-
saying, I don't know what's going to... Now you're trying to
I
poo-poo
don't
it
know
now.
how he does it behind the mask. I just
Yeah,
don't.
but
You're not going to hear
that's
his
not
voice.
the question. That's not the question. The question
But
is,
it's
what
his
was the bigger
reveal.
reveal? The question was, what's the bigger reveal? And for most fans of movies, I'm not even going to say Star Wars fans of movies, everyone knows who Darth Vader is. And most people know about the prequels, know Anakin Skywalker, know Hayden Christensen played him.
Most people...
Secret Invasion, nobody, unless you're a deep cut Marvel fan, people don't know what it is. Like, huh?
I think most people associate James Earl Jones with Darth Vader more than they do Hayden Christensen. Outside of like the 10
not after the
seconds that we
prequels.
saw. Well, not after the prequels, but
not
in
after
general.
the Clone Wars, the TV show.
And that's
no.
an animated show, but he didn't voice him in those episodes.
Yeah, but it was his face.
It was his face, but it wasn't his voice. Again, this is the problem we run. This is the
That's
problem we run
thing.
into.
It's recognizable.
This
It's
is the
his
problem we run
face.
into. It's his face, but it's not his voice. It's not his voice, and
Right,
it's
but
his
that doesn't
body
mean that
behind the
doesn't
mask.
mean they're not going to have flashbacks. We don't know.
In the
that
end,
part.
in a couple of years, you'll be coming back to me going, "Yeah, movie Death List.
Again,
I think Secret
we
Invasion."
can
was the
argue
bigger
to the end of
reveal."
the day we could speculate all we
We only
want
have
about
3
what
minutes.
they're going to do with him, but that's not the question. Is what's the bigger reveal? And the fact that he's coming back is the bigger reveal, because Secret Invasion, no one cares. It's just it's not even a major thing in there. Now Marvel has done great with making small things big, but that's after people see it. As far as the reveal goes,
That's not true.
Yeah,
They made
it is.
Guardians
No.
of the Galaxy huge. If you told me you could have sold a talking tree and a
no,
raccoon,
no
to
one,
people,
no
it'd
one
be
cared
amazing.
until it came out. And then when it came out, people were like, "Hey, I like."
I
these
remember the
characters.
trailer on Jimmy Kimmel. It was a huge deal. I remember seeing it, and I remember people were going crazy.
Yeah,
all
but we're
over
talking about a
Facebook
Marvel
and
who
Twitter.
had put out a bunch of movies already at that point, and people were loving the MCU.
They
It
still
got a
do,
push.
but
It got a definite push.
if you can sell a
Uh,
movie with a raccoon and a talking tree, you can sell anything, and they can make Secret Invasion
Again,
huge.
that's great, but again, the discussion is, will Secret Invasion be great? I'm a Marvel fan too. I like the MCU. I think it'll be great as once it comes out. But it was not the biggest reveal. Everyone, I mean, it was the easiest thing they're going to go to. What were they going to do? Warworld? They weren't going to do Warworld. You know, they're not going to do Phoenix Saga because that's the X-Men and Marvel.
Well, obviously, you can't mess it up 4 times.
Exactly. But this was the next logical conclusion. Hayden Christensen coming back as Darth Vader was not expected. Just like the stuff we've seen in Mandalorian. They are throwing stuff
Movie
at
Death
us
Blows. I
so
want to get you
big,
in.
so hard.
Any other final thoughts here to add? Movie Death Blows.
Not. I don't really have anything else. No.
Jesus.
Nice try. You tried. It's a valiant effort. Valiant effort, my friend. Valiant effort.
Jesus. Well, I mean, when you say that, I don't even have to keep the clock. Sadly, I think you just sort of. I think
we're just going in circles
I
at
think
this
you just
point.
gave up there. I was trying to see if I could get it around, but yeah, look, I don't even need to poll anybody. I think Lunga got you when you admitted you were excited for it.
Yeah.
It happens to the best of us when we're in this.
I can't
under the
hide
lights.
it.
Like I
can't.
said,
my
never admit
wedding
it.
ring
Even
is
if you-
a Star Wars ring.
Even if you are, never admit it, my friend.
Never admit it. He got you against the ropes
Until
there.
afterwards. Then afterwards,
Yeah,
you
when
can
the,
say, "I'm so
when the
stoked."
when the timer's done, you can say it. But the key, and I guess I should have reminded you a little quicker. The key to the show here is never ever admit that the other player is right. That said, you made some good stuff, but yeah, no, Lunga sort of defeated you there at the end. Paul, I imagine you agree. I saw you in the chat even saying it. Paul, you.
Yeah, I completely agree. He won 5 minutes ago when he basically did the death knell when he said no one knows what Secret Wars is, and that's the truth.
Secret
Like,
Invasion,
and-
not Secret Wars.
Whatever. That's exactly
you're
right.
right,
No one
Paul.
cares. No one cares.
Exactly.
That's the thing. I
I
don't care.
Again.
People will care.
I don't
but
care.
yeah, I agree,
that's
Paul.
that, and that's the.
I beat
And I'm
you
not.
once,
I'm,
I
and
beat
I'm
you again there.
and I'm a Marvel fan myself, and I don't even care.
Clearly, you're
I
not.
care
It's
more about
Secret
it.
Wars. Secret Invasion.
Who cares?
Like I said,
And you-
You're
you
a
won
Marvel. You
because-
should care.
You
People
won
care.
because when I got on a row, someone
People
just
care.
muted me every
People.
time.
Oh, stop.
That's what happened.
Never
to me,
take
like,
it personal
honestly,
on this show.
movie Death Blows, I do love the MCU. I'm a comic book guy. I like DC comics better than Marvel, but I love the MCU films. I think they're great and spectacular. I love watching them. And I'm
grew
excited to see this, but
I grew up
It's
with
just
DC before Marvel, so they're obviously my first characters, but I
Yeah.
love Marvel. But again, my wedding ring is the Jedi symbol from Star Wars. So I'm right with you.
And
Paul, in my defense, you were only muted when Andy said, "Paul, be quiet."
Anyway,
So is this gonna be the next Nerd Wars? Should Paul be muted or not? That's
no, I don't mute him unless I've told him 10 times and then he'll listen. But no, I said it. But anyway, good job, good attempt. I like your calmer presence than me. There's some of the rest of us got more heated. I do appreciate that Movie Death Blows kept it pretty quiet.
Did you
the whole
notice?
game.
I'm a chameleon, Andy.
No, you overtalked like crazy.
I go with my.
He just didn't have a lot to
opponent.
say. You just kept talking and talking in that one too. Let's be honest.
He lured me into a
wasn't-
false
I
sense of
wasn't-
security.
You did, and he's like, "Yeah, well, but anyway, that's a tactic. I'm not condemning. I just want to make sure everyone gets the chance to talk but unless it's me playing. No, good job, everybody. That means Darth Daddy Lunga gets another notch on the belt. Jesus, Chris, how
Yeah.
many is that?
Yeah, he's up to 10 points, 3 total wins with 4 first-round wins.
That's nuts. Congrats, man. You're now you're earning that belt. You're the one with the 3D printer. You might have to make the belt yourself.
Well, no, Movie Dead Blows says he can get it.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
WWE
He
belt
might
for
know
us.
what
I'll make some calls.
Yeah, we need
Yeah.
a couple new Nerd Wars belts just to have some people be like, yes, I want that.
Send him that logo, Andy.
yeah.
Send him that logo design.
Sounds good. Well, there we go. Bravo. Let's do some plugs real quick. We're gonna keep talking. Don't go anywhere. The show's not over. We got lots to talk about this and a lot of other news that broke today, including Denis Villeneuve apparently dropped a nuke on everything.
I just read
and
that.
I saw some of
Holy
your
crap.
chats. You asked some questions. We're gonna get to them next. I just want to trim this for YouTube's sake. Real quick though, Darth Daddy Lunga, you get the first plug. The Grey Council is where people can find you, right?
Yeah. Right here on YouTube, the Great Council. That's the logo. It looks like. Just head over to Great Council. We do midday mashup. Me and my buddy Yellow every Tuesday through Friday, and we also tonight we are doing a Mandalorian watch party like we do every week. Paul's going to be with us, and I think Chris said he might join us too.
God, that's
We do
tonight.
it when it drops. So come on and join us.
Go subscribe to the Grey Council. Check them out there. Yeah, welcome. And then Paul, do you have anything you want to plug?
Yeah, you can find me at my YouTube channel by the same name, Halogen Helix.
That's right. I'm holding.
I'm at the moment streaming Cyberpunk 2077, the Corpo route. So yeah.
I don't know. It's so hard to find it yet. I have to get a better link on there. But it's Halogen Helix. His name right there on screen. Halogen Helix on the link. Can you send me the link so I have it at the end?
Link in the
Yeah, put
I'll
the link in
pop
the
the link
description,
in
and then
the
I can
chat.
grab it. And then we have Movie Death Blows. Welcome back, sir. Welcome back anytime. What would you like to plug?
You guys can find me on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter under the name Movie Death Blows. Please subscribe to the channel. Follow me. We do a lot of cool stuff. Obviously, I don't have a lot of interviews to do or screenings to go to at the moment because nobody does. But when we do, I'll be churning out the content.
Is this you right here? Am I looking at the right one?
Yes.
I thought you had more. Oh, this is you. Okay, yeah, the Twitter is you're talking about is where you have the bigger. Yeah, I was just to make sure that.
Yeah, that's the bigger
Anyway,
following. I've just started the YouTube page this year.
okay, good. I was
so.
making sure I missed because you mentioned so I just subscribed. Go check out Movie Death Blows. And did you send out the link, Paul, so I can make sure I have that on screen too? Is it in the chat?
Yeah, I popped it into the chat of.
In our chat. Okay, real quick. Let me just make sure I send that as well to plug everyone properly for your thanks. And there it is. Chat. It's coming. It's coming. Boom. All right, here is Paul's channel as well. Come on. How am I not subbed here? Subbed. There. Come on. Let's get him to 20 by the end of the show, guys. At least 25. Can we do it? Go give Paul some love as he's playing Cyberpunk and everything else over there. Always good to have you, man. You know I love you. Appreciate all you guys watching as well. Sorry if you're seeing my hat a lot this episode. I streamed too long. I needed to stand or I was gonna die. But there we go. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned. We're gonna stay here live talking to you guys more, taking your calls and chats and everything. In the meanwhile, check out these videos. If you're watching live, stay tuned. If you weren't watching live, where were you? We're here live every Thursday. It's Nerd Wars. We wore it out.